Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season is in the books, and it was not without a lot of injuries and pretty much the opposite of everything that happened in week 1. We're going to talk all about the injuries. We're going to drop some waivers on you. Up next on Fantasy Whiplash. Hey, what is up today? It's back with another episode of Fantasy Whiplash. Roxanne, say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
2 weeks in a row we get Roxanne. This is unprecedented.
I'll be here next week, too.
Oh, my God. What am I going to do?
All of October, I'll be here.
Oh, my. Jeez. Don't make any promises that you can't keep.
I already got my schedule. I'm good to go.
Oh, man. Well, there might be one date in October that you're going to get a night off.
All right.
For a guest. So, but we'll see. You're like, fine by me. I
don't mind.
I'll just go out and get.
I don't have to go out to do that.
So true. And it's a lot cheaper at home.
Uh-huh. They charge me $9 for like a high noon out, and a 4-pack is $10. So,
yeah, when I lived in Los Angeles, it was. You get used to the prices and the cost of living is different. And you make more money. So you don't notice it so much. And then I would come home to Cincinnati in the holidays and I'd be like, yeah, let me get like a beer and a shot. And they'd be like, that'll be $4.50. And I'm like, what? And the problem was I was walking around, I was going to all these bars, and I was convinced that the bartenders were all hooking me up. and they weren't. They were just charging me the normal price, and I'm just throwing money at them like it was my job.
More money for them. That's the way I look at it.
What's up, Dane? What's going on? Thanks for jumping in. Good to see you as always. Well, we had a interesting week 2. I dare say it was even more interesting than week 1. Like week 1 was a bunch of head scratchers and weird performances and people coming out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And then week 2, all those people that everybody ran to the waiver wire to get all like belly flopped.
Of course. Isn't that how fantasy football works?
Yeah, in their next time out. And then we saw some roles get bigger and some rookie roles get smaller. So we got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but the biggest thing I think is probably going to be injuries.
Right.
It's becoming a common occurrence every season. I think that's just the way it is with this game. But every year it seems like one position gets decimated for a while. And quarterbacks just did it a couple years ago, but they're trying again. Although nobody's been, well, I guess Joe Burrow is lost for the season.
If they don't do good, there'd be no reason to bring him back. And if they do good, why would you take Jake Browning out at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Like if they brought him back, it would be because they were in playoff contention. Right. And at that point, Browning would be,
He's the guy that led him there.
Yeah. So, yeah. Did you how did you do on your fantasy football leagues on Sunday?
Unfortunately, I had Joe Burrow in more leagues than I should have.
Oh,
So I lost a few leagues this week. My main home leagues, they're my expensive leagues. I won both of those. Again, I'm 2-0 in those, but I didn't have Joe Burrow. I played my brother who had Joe Burrow, and I feel bad for him because he might have been able to beat me,
maybe.
but probably not. But he lost a player, and then I always feel bad. I'm like, that's not like how I wanted to win. But the leagues I lost Joe Burrow in, everyone I lost. So it was sad.
Roxanne, what do you think about Tom Brady playing flag football on Saudi Arabia?
I can fly anywhere in the world, but I don't know that I'd go to Saudi Arabia still. I think it's still a little scary.
Well, it's
But I'm
during.
excited to see Tom
I
play,
can't
of course.
remember how to say it or how to pronounce it, but it's during a festival in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, really?
That last year attracted like 20 million people.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like it goes on for like I think at least a week, and there's like concerts and bands and parties and football games, stuff for kids too. You know what I mean? I've never heard of it. I was like, what is this? Is some holy day and they're going to play flag football?
I'll have to look into it. But again, I still don't like see myself jumping on a plane for that.
Yeah. I mean, apparently they had like 20 million. They set a record last year, had 20 million from all over the world. All over the world.
That's pretty crazy. I need to look into that.
People just rolling in from everywhere. Jamie says Tom Brady is single, so maybe
only in my dreams.
First class. She flies for free anyway, Jamie.
Right. Like she first class would cost me like I don't know, maybe like
she could fly Tom there.
Right. Exactly.
Well, while we're at it, I want to make sure I get all the YouTube crap out of the way. As always, guys, please do like this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in podcasts, you can find Fantasy Whiplash. You can search it anywhere you get your podcasts, or Dynasty Degens, because we're on their network. So any comments, any likes, any subscribes, it's greatly appreciated. It helps us with the algorithm, helps us get out there and get seen by more people. So we want to be the go-to spot for the season. That's why I got
for all your fantasy needs.
What?
For all your fantasy needs, we want to be the go-to spot.
That's right. And I mean, other needs too, if necessary. I mean, we aim to please.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right. All right. So we already talked about Burrow. I wanted to I wanted to spend some time on a couple interesting ones that the stats kind of swung back and forth. But I kind of feel like we should get into the injuries right away.
Okay.
Because everybody needs to know who's in, who's out, who's a possible replacement. And if that happens to be one of our waivers for the second half of the show, then we'll just drop it like it's hot wherever it happens. So obviously Joe Burrow's out. It's going to be Jake Browning. When he started 7 games in 2023, he threw for a couple thousand yards and 12.
1,936.
Huh?
1,936.
Yeah, a couple thousand. Uh,
I told you I got the stats.
I'm
7
gonna round
touchdowns.
up. He had 12 touchdowns, 7 picks. He's gonna throw some interceptions. I mean, he's a backup quarterback. They do that. But with these skill players that are available to him, I think he could still put up really, really good fantasy numbers. If you can look past, if you're not in a league that like really docks you for interceptions,
Right.
then he could do some really, really good things. Because you think about that was 7 games. He's going to he's going to go all the way through the fantasy playoffs this year. So, I don't know. Is he somebody on your radar to add since you lost Burrow?
Yeah, because some of these are 2 quarterback leagues that I did lose him in, and there's nothing worth taking, especially with who he has to throw to. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to decide who should I take. Well, he has Jamar Chase. I mean, he was supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver this year. He still probably won't be number 1, but he's going to put up numbers for you. He did the other day. I mean, he had a great day still.
Yeah, 14 catches.
Yeah. I mean, your season probably isn't over yet if you have to take Jake Browning, which I'm going to have to in some.
Yeah, well, he's a better option than some of the other ones that are out there, which we will certainly mention on the show. We'll give you our recommendations of who's good and who you can just pass on, because there were a couple. I was writing the Fantasy Whiplash article just before this show, and man, I got tired of writing about quarterback injuries after a while. I was like, it was just guy after guy after guy.
Crazy.
After guy. So
JJ McCarthy, he's gone for a few weeks.
Yeah, McCarthy's gone. He's got the dreaded high ankle sprain. So he's gone probably. Well, what's interesting for them is he's gone for they say 2 to 4 weeks. But the thing is, I think the 3rd week from now and the 4th, they play 2 games in Europe. So I don't know if he's even going to travel with the team. He may or may not. So
then they have a bye, I think.
Yeah, and then they come back and have a bye after the Europe trip.
Yeah.
So I think you point to, you point to just after the bye, he's hopefully ready to go.
Yeah, which will be week 7. Are you holding on to him though?
There's all no. Well, I mean, in like 2 quarterbacks and stuff, yeah, of course.
Sure.
But the question is whether I'm trying to get Carson Wentz. I don't know.
He hasn't played in a long time.
Carson Wentz played week 18 last year and week 18 the year before. Both of them just garbage games, no starters, no nothing. And
he hasn't played a season since 2020, or not even a whole season, but he hasn't played since 2023.
Yeah. So, it's like if he's got it, then he's got it. You know what I mean? He can be really good, but when he doesn't got it, it's no bueno.
I'd rather have Jake Browning than him.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting a lot of Browning love here in the chat.
Yeah.
Jamie, always quick with the stats. And Jamie has his own show, so he's probably already prepped for that by going through all the Burrow and Browning stuff. And Sam is here.
Two Sams.
Sams are awesome. Sams are awesome. They should be confident in Browning. He runs a little bit too, here and there. He does, yes.
He had 3. Was 3 of his touchdowns last time he played.
Yeah. And you know what's really funny is no one's mentioned this in the media yet, I don't think. And that's that, Browning got cut from the Vikings. And that's when the Bengals got him. And then we played the Vikings several weeks later in 2023, and he stuck his face in a camera and said, "You should have never fucking caught me." You know what I mean?
That's
because
awesome.
because he beat him. And nobody's mentioning that this time. You know what I mean? I mean, I know it's 2 years ago. Personnel's different.
Right.
But even still, the media likes to make a story.
Of course.
Like to create.
See how he did against them.
Create something. Sam says he's got that dog factor. I'll take it. Let's see. I'm gonna go on to Justin Fields left with a concussion on Sunday. The chances of him passing protocol by this weekend are probably pretty slim. So we're going to get to see the magnificence of Tyrod Taylor. Is he on your radar?
Not even written down on my sheet.
Not even written down on the sheet. You heard it here first.
Nope. Not touching him.
I think the thing is the Jets need so much more than just a game manager. You know what I mean? They're not a good enough team that you can just not lose the game and maybe we'll win. It's going to get ugly, I think.
For sure.
And unfortunately, that's going to rub off on Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, all those guys. I think you can count on everybody's stats to go down.
They play Tampa Bay next week. Put in every Tampa Bay player you have. I mean, really.
Yeah, I think put in every Tampa Bay player you have, including their defense.
Hell yeah.
Because Jets are gonna have to throw the ball so much to try to stay in that game. Tyrod might have 4 interceptions. And I don't think that's really a bold take. And Tyrod doesn't even throw a lot of interceptions. So we got Dennis in the chat. What's up, Dennis? And
hi, Dennis.
Dennis is here, and Jerry Bagshaw is here. Jared, the gang is all here, man. It's always a party at fantasy.
We're missing Angie, though.
What's that?
We're missing Angie.
We are missing Angie. She is in Idaho.
Oh.
Because she moved.
Oh. To Idaho?
Yep.
Oh.
Idaho, why? But she done did it.
Next, we have Aaron Jones, which that's a big blow to some people.
Aaron Jones is a big blow to some people. And the thing is, you can't really pick somebody up to replace him, on that team because his cuff was Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason was drafted. And
we told you guys to draft him all summer.
Yeah. I mean, he was drafted in just about every league, and he's looked really good for 2 weeks. He's looked great with the ball. So it is officially Jordan Mason's season right now. Aaron Jones
Cam Akers.
Aaron Jones got a hammy, and they put him on the IR
Yeah.
today, so he's gone for 4 games.
Are you touching Akers?
Yeah, the Minnesota Cam Akers always finds his way back to
Always.
Minnesota. You know what I mean? It's like when he can't find anywhere to go, he calls Minnesota, and they're like, "Come on home, son." Yeah, Cam Akers got signed. They signed him to I can't remember. They signed him straight to the roster or to the practice squad. Regardless, he's probably going to be active in some way, shape, or form. I just don't know that I can count on him to contribute,
Not enough for me to pick him up, no.
Yeah, Cam is just such a disappointing case. I mean, he's only 26 years old still. And I mean, like when I write about Cam Akers, I think, 108-year-old Cam Akers.
Right. Same.
But he's only 26, but there's a reason you can't catch on with teams.
Right.
Somebody doesn't like what you're doing.
We got Kim here. We love Kim.
We do have Kim here. It's officially a party. It's officially a party.
Hope you are well, Kim.
Ain't no party like a hottie toddy party.
That's right.
That is right. Party don't stop. Okay. Moving on. So Aaron Jones, that's going to hurt me. I drafted him in a lot of places. His value versus his ADP was just too good to pass up. I mean, such a late pickup, which was great. But we'll talk about some running backs later on that might be available in the league.
And he won me good money last week too on my parlay.
Who did?
Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah.
I was sad about him. I'm sad about him. I have him in a few leagues. I'll be all right.
I'm glad somebody's making money on parlays because I'm on a rough streak right now.
I hit one on Sunday for $100, but that was it.
I usually do pretty well, but I'm having a tough time at the moment.
It's hard to read right now. It's the beginning of the season.
We talked about yeah, that's true. We talked about Justin Fields with a concussion. There was another quarterback I thought I was going to mention. Brock Purdy.
Oh, yeah.
We got an update on his timeline. They said he is still 2 to 3 weeks away. Now, I know it was the Saints. But Mac McCorkle Jones looked pretty good on Sunday.
I agree.
I mean, he spread it around to 7 receivers. 3 of them caught touchdowns, including the tight end I told everybody not to pick up. That seems to be a running theme for me. We'll talk about the Denver one later.
Don't.
No, we're gonna. We're gonna. Well, it's just gonna come up in conversation.
Yeah, I'm so pissed about that game. Like, whatever. That was just the dumbest call ever.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was not pretty. And for the second week in a row, I had my buddy Rodrigo come over to watch the game with me. If you don't know who Rodrigo is, he's actually the punter for the Colts, but they haven't needed him the last 2 weeks. So he came over to my place and watched some television.
How was that?
Oh, it was great. And then we went outside and, saw who could kick the ball the farthest. I won.
Of course you did.
Christian Kirk has been hurt for 2 weeks. He is coming back. They said he is good to go. All systems are go. He's ready to go. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not excited or sad. You know what I mean? Like, it does nothing for me, I guess.
Well, they're talking about Kirk like he's the wide receiver 2 on the Texans.
Right.
But he spends a lot of his time in the slot. And unless you're like Cooper Kupp or like old school Adam Thielen, like your number 2 isn't usually in the slot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Running crossing routes. Yeah, so I mean, he's going to play, but that certainly stunts the growth of Higgins, and Noel wasn't really getting a lot of snaps, but stunts the growth of them a little bit. But if he's available in your league, you could do far worse than taking a flyer on him.
Yeah.
His ADP at draft time was reasonably high up there. So
I think I have 0 shares of him.
I had one and I dropped it the other day because I needed somebody, I think probably because of injury. So I officially have none, but I do think he's available in that league still. I don't know if I'll make that move. That seems more like a desperation move. There's a lot of wide receivers out there.
Yeah, and wide receivers aren't like dropping like quarterbacks right now either. So
Exactly. Still out. I'll just run down these real quick. Joe Mixon, Tyjae Spears, Xavier Worthy.
What's going on with him?
It's still no timetable for him or Jalen Royals. And I think that's just the Chiefs' MO. Like, they don't want to tell anybody.
Hey, look at that bottom comment.
What's that?
So look at that bottom comment.
What? I'm not full screen? You goobers? Thank you. Thanks, Mike. That's Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Mike made a delightful thumbnail for this episode, and he did a damn good job.
I agree.
Dane was in here earlier, and he was like, yo, dude, where did that thumbnail come from? That's killer. I was like, it's Mike. It's just Mike. It's what he does.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah,
Mike.
Thanks for the heads up. I was thinking it looked kind of weird.
I did too. I'm like, we're far back.
Okay, so I said Mixon, Spears, Worthy, and Royals. Those are all no timetable. They're not all on IR. Spears and Mixon are. Worthy is not on IR. Royals isn't either. But no timetable. Nobody's said anything yet. And man, the Chiefs could use them back. Not only are they 0-2, but I don't know if you saw the game on Sunday. Man, I can't tell you how many times Patrick Mahomes hit somebody in the hands and they dropped it.
Yep.
I mean,
love to see it.
He had to be so mad.
Not as mad as Travis Kelce. Did you see his little outburst?
Yeah.
He's such a bitch.
Yeah. And he had several drops. I think they should sign Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Can you catch a football?
They need to sign somebody. Like, I mean, I don't want them to win, so I'm fine with them not signing anybody. But even with Worthy back, it still doesn't seem like enough help for them. For the Super Bowl that they plan to go to.
I think Royals is going to come back soon. within the next probably 2 weeks. And I don't know. He's a rookie, so I don't know what he looked like in camp. I don't know if he's all geared up or I know they were excited about him and said that he can do a lot of things that Rashid can do. But I just don't know if he's going to be ready to just jump right into a game,
Right.
Or if he knows the playbook back and forth or whatever. But
they get the Giants next week, so they might get a win. That defense is fierce, though. That defense is fierce.
Maybe.
I can see the Giants actually winning that somehow, some way.
Oh, there's
no awesome.
It won't happen.
It would be awesome.
Our Chiefs fan will burn the stadium down first.
Are they at the Giants? Or are they home? Ooh, they are at the Giants. Great point.
Oh, this is a family show, Dennis. It's a family show.
We're all family here. You can talk like that.
That's true. That is
funny.
So yeah, I don't know. Royals might be able to step in. The most ironic part about this whole thing is that of all people, Hollywood Brown is the one that's still healthy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like
he didn't do shit this past week, but
it's like with the 49ers. Like, why? How come Caffrey is the only one that's not injured, or at least banged up?
Yeah. He only had 30 yards this week, Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a good week the week before. That was the thing. That was such a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Of week 1 to week 2. Like, people that did horrible week 1 did great week 2. People did great week 1 and then did horrible.
Like Derrick Henry?
Like Derrick Henry.
My God.
Yeah, that was some. That was
brutal.
some. I remember a game, I think his last season in Tennessee, where he got like benched in the third quarter for Ty J. Because it was so bad. Like, he was averaging like 1.6 yards per carry. That's really, really not good.
He was really not good last week.
And if you don't believe me, we can call Zach Charbonnet, because Zach Charbonnet ran the ball 15 times for 10 yards on Sunday.
He had 2.90 yards per catch last week. And the week before it was 9.39. Henry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just amazing.
From 29 fantasy points to 2 fantasy.
I don't know why we act like this surprises us every year. Because every year now, the first couple games of the season are just completely you're like, what?
Bonkers. They're bonkers.
Yeah. And you don't know what to do with your fantasy team. And all of a sudden everybody starts panicking and hitting the waiver wire, and they're dropping players that they're going to want later and such like that. So don't panic too much. If you drafted a guy for a reason, unless he's hurt, you might as well put him on the bench for a game or two and then just see if he pops back up. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make in fantasy football. They take somebody in like the 6th round. You know what I mean? It's their 6th player they drafted, and he has like 2 games where he doesn't have a catch the first 2 games of the season. And they're like, that guy, I'm picking up Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Are you really?
In fact, my mom just did that tonight, and she messaged me. She's like, I picked up Robinson. Is that okay? I'm like, no, it's not okay.
The great PPR scam of
because Keenan Allen was on our waivers. So I'm like, no, drop Robinson and pick up Keenan Allen, Mom.
Yeah. I will say this for Robinson. They ran him in different routes last game than they did at all last year. Last year was only short crossing patterns, and this on Sunday they actually had him running down the field. So I mean, I like the guy, okay, and he's got great hands, but last year, like he set a record. He had 144 targets and only had like 600 yards. That's crazy.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's awful. He caught almost 100 balls and had like 650 yards. So that's about 6.5 yards a catch. That's not good. That's not good at all. Brock Bowers played through his knee injury. He clearly was not 100% on Monday night. But that is probably also due to the fact that the Chargers just stifled the Raiders' offense.
Right.
Nobody really could get anything going. Geno couldn't get it going. No Jacoby, and Brock got his second catch halfway through the third. So it's fair to assume he will go again this week. I still think anybody in 12-team leagues that has room on their bench should pick up Michael Mayer because re-injury happens. And if you're playing and you're not 100%, then it happens more.
Yeah.
And Michael Mayer's a talented dude. I mean, if they've got a bunch of design plays for a tight end now, he could.
I think they should have let Bowers sit with the usage they had him for the other night. Why didn't you just keep him out for 1 week? Let him heal.
Honestly, but at halftime, I probably would have yanked him. I'd have been like, dude, we're not getting back into this.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess they thought they were close enough. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, another tight end. Dallas Goedert. From Philadelphia. He had a knee problem. I think it was a knee. He had a knee problem also, but traveled with the team to Kansas City, even though he didn't play in the game. By all accounts, he's walking with, no hitch in his giddy up, so to speak. So they're saying they think he might be a surprise active this weekend. And that'll make a lot of people happy that are streaming tight ends. Yeah. Not that Goddard's like, a top 3, but he's up there. He's reliable enough,
Yeah, I'd like him back. I can say that.
Yeah, I would too. I picked him up. He was on waivers. I picked him up in several leagues. Where I just didn't like the guy I had. It was a personal thing. He stole my cookies. Jaden Reed is gone for 6 to 8 weeks with a broken collarbone. I, for one, am not going to miss him one bit. Because I think he is so overrated. But that's just me. What do you think about Jaden?
It doesn't affect me. I didn't have him anywhere. I stayed away from that. Last year, I wasn't overly impressed with what he did. It wasn't bad, but he didn't deserve the hype he was getting.
Yeah.
I think
it's hard when a team refers to a guy as their number one receiver and that guy can't even hit 100 catches or 1,000 yards.
Right.
Like, he didn't even really sniff it last year. And I'm like, that's not your number one receiver. Your number one receiver's in college or something right now.
Right.
I don't think he's in the NFL yet. Jerry says, where is the golden breakout? I don't know. He ran like one reverse on Sunday, and that was like it.
It'll happen. I have faith in that, though.
And and of course he ran reverse because fucking LaFleur can't leave well enough alone. He's like, everybody has to do everything. Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, why am I running the ball so much? I'm a receiver. Let me catch the ball.
Right.
It is worth mentioning, I think, that with Jaden Reed out, that certainly gives an extra bump to Tucker Kraft for anybody that has him. I'm
a lot of leagues. I have him in so many leagues.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. Should be a big bump, or should be a good bump for Tucker Kraft. He was already playing well.
Right.
And also on waivers in about half of the leagues, about 50% of leagues, Romeo Doubs is still on waivers. And I bring this up not because his 2 games were, mind-blowingly awesome, but he has run easily the most routes of any Packer. He's playing every down. He's out there all the time, and that's just asking for volume. You know what I mean? So, worst thing that's going to happen is he's going to get targeted a bunch. So,
your best ability is availability in football.
That's right. So, if check your waivers to see if Doubs is there, because with all this business about quarterbacks and certainly running backs, if you're shallow at receiver at all, you might be able to just sneak in there and take somebody while everybody's fighting for the other dudes.
Yeah, I agree on that. Kim says Packers wide receivers should be reserved for best ball.
I agree with that.
100%.
I could not agree more. Packers wide receivers, they can take George Pickens with them too. And Hollywood Brown.
Yep.
I agree completely, Kim. That's a really, really good point. Yeah, because you just don't know when one is going to have a good game, and then the next day you could have a complete donut.
Yep.
So I wanted to mention, I think it's kind of sad that Austin Eckler tore his Achilles and is done for the season. And I think it bears the question, is he done in the NFL?
Right.
He's going to be 31 next year.
Damn.
As a running back coming back from an Achilles tear. Like, even if he rehabs it and gets himself back to where he can play, I don't know if anybody will give him a chance.
I think for his own health, he shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
he's been falling off the last couple of years anyways. It hasn't been great. I am the biggest Austin Eckler fan. I watched his first game in Denver as an NFL player with his family, actually. And it was really awesome. Like, I always believed in him. I never gave up on him, but he really, especially last year, it hasn't been good,
Yeah, I agree. And he fills a role for Washington.
Right.
I just don't even know if at 31 years old, returning from injury, if that's a role that anybody is going to want him to fill. We just had a huge influx of rookie running backs come into the league, and some of them, aren't even really being heavily utilized yet. we're gonna go through another one of those phases where the older running backs get phased out earlier than they probably should.
Right.
It's gonna end with, Saquon and Derrick Henry.
Don't even say that.
Maybe eventually Jonathan Taylor too. And then we're probably not going to see a 30-year-old running back for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. It's very likely to happen.
The days of yore, also known as the days of Frank Gore, are gone.
Yes.
What else we got? We were going to talk about 49ers. I don't really know what to say. They're all banged up. Juwan Jennings played really well. Kittle's on IR, so obviously he's not doing anything. But Purdy's out. Mac Jones looked good. McCaffrey, as far as I can tell, is healthy. Pearsall, as far as I can tell, he had some bumps and bruises after week 1, but seems fine.
Played and he was fine, yeah.
Yeah, and Jennings just played a great game. So, I mean, don't look now, but the 49ers are 2-0.
Right.
I thought they were going to be so bad this year.
I did too.
So bad.
They're better than the Chiefs. Ha.
Who's not? The Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 49ers are reasonably healthy. Their defense isn't as good as it used to be. But for our purposes in fantasy, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
It means they're just going to keep throwing the ball and keep running the ball and utilize anybody they can.
Yeah.
So I've got Jennings and Pearsall in a bunch of leagues, sometimes together and sometimes separate. And I've got McCaffrey in a few leagues.
So do I. Against my better judgment, I still drafted him.
Yeah, me too. Me too. After I spent all offseason telling people not to.
Same.
Right. We have very funny Philly. Very funny.
No, don't believe him. He told us some shit last week too.
Yeah, thanks, Philly Mike. We didn't buy it last week. We're not buying it now. I'm not picking up what you're putting down,
nope.
Sir. Look, she's looking it up anyway.
Lies, and more lies.
Lies. I wanted to. Who was I just thinking about? Chris Godwin, still on the IR, still no timetable. Jalen McMillan with the neck, also no timetable. Right now, it is still wheels up on Emeka Egbuka. I mean, he is so fun to watch.
Love him.
And, he had a better week the first week, but there's going to be a job for him. Those two guys could both come back. First of all, I was never a big McMillan fan.
Right.
But those two guys could come back and Emeka's going to be like, no, I'm here. You can go over there. Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is my spot.
Yep.
So definitely wheels up on him. If you've got him, you have to start him.
I do, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, you have to play him every single week. I think we're almost through. Well, I mean, I know that we probably missed a whole bunch. Jalen Wright still not playing for the Dolphins.
God, the Dolphins are awful. And that Mike McDaniel, I think we said it last week. He does too many drugs or something, man. Like, he is just stupid.
What
Jesus Christ.
was it? I saw on Smalls' show. She had somebody on, and I can't remember which one, if it was him or her, but I think it was her. She said something about him doing too much shed powder.
Yeah. I mean, when he started in the league compared to where he is now, I mean, started at the Dolphins you could just look at him and be like, what the hell happened to you, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Way off the weed. I swear it's just weed. Like he just is freaking stupid.
When he first got that job, it was one of those things where you're like, this dude's weird looking. He looks out of place, doesn't look like a football coach. And then he'd open his mouth and you'd be like, wow, he's really smart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
I loved him in the beginning. That's funny.
It is funny. But now he just looks weird and out of place and doesn't sound smart. You know what I mean?
He does not. He sounds so ridiculously stupid.
He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Like it's too much energy to even like get the words to come out of his mouth. It seems like, like he has nothing in him. He's like a dead soul.
Exactly. So, did I miss anything on those injuries? I'm sure there are plenty more in the league that we didn't touch on.
Yeah. Shipley, you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, Shipley is on the IR. It's an interesting thing. They initially said that he cracked a rib, and that was what was giving him trouble.
Right.
And then they put him on the IR and said that he had a strained quad. I don't know if it's both. I don't know if he changed his mind about what was hurting.
Yeah. They both hurt.
I have no idea. But, obviously they have Bigsby now. Bigsby made an appearance this week. Looked all right. Just kind of doing mop-up stuff. You know what I mean? Change of pace. And speaking of which, his old teammate, Bayshell Tootin, looks kind of like the real deal. He only got a couple carries, but he looked good with them. And he's not going to overtake ETN right now because ETN's actually playing well for once, or for the second time, I guess. But that could be a dangerous combination, the two of them. And Jaquint Allen is not bad either as their number 3. So
Dennis wants to know who we cheer for in the NFL. Broncos, obviously. I mean, not obviously. Tom Brady's behind me, but I'm a Bronco fan.
Yeah, Tom Brady and Broncos. It just works.
I got so much shit for it for so many years.
Except for the fact that he's with the Raiders now.
Oh, so sucks. So sucks.
I want to talk about.
Sam's a Bengals fan.
Huh?
You didn't answer the question. Tell him you're a Bengals fan.
Oh, I'm a Bengals fan.
Can't see your shirt.
Good. My stomach showed on that one.
I don't think it did.
Well, no, it would have if I got up high enough to show you the shirt. You'd be like, "What's that?" I'd be like, "That's my belly." I want to talk about Fast Draft. Fast Draft on Player Profiler. It is our app. It is awesome. We did all through the preseason. We did a whole ton of best ball drafts. I mean, tons. And there's no rake from the house. You know, winners are getting like 10 grand and stuff. Now, there are weekly contests, and they are DFS style, but there's no salaries. You basically just pick 6 guys, any positions, and say, this is who I want. Or maybe you pick 8 and they take the top 6. But it's called Flex 6 Frenzy. And it takes like 30 seconds to draft. I mean,
it's awesome.
It's longer than that.
Maybe 2 minutes.
But it only takes a minute. And with any of the contests on Fast Draft, you can also set rankings and then just say, hey, when this league fills up, draft for me.
Yep.
And then they'll send you an email and say, here's who you got based on your rankings. So,
like I said, in the fast-paced world that we live in, Fast Draft is the place to be.
If you want to draft faster, Fast Draft. But enough from me. Let the Podfather tell you about it.
I know you're sad draft season is over, but just because the NFL season starts doesn't mean the drafting stops. Because Fast Draft has the Flex 6 Frenzy. You're drafting 6 guys for the Sunday slate against 9 other competitors. It's fast, it's furious, it's fun. And as with everything on Fast Draft, there are no salaries. Woo! So go to draftfaster.com, get the app, use your host promo code for a $50 deposit match. Now let's go start drafting faster.
20-second time clock, 10
Love
teams per draft.
I absolutely love it.
I mean, it just cruises right through. And if you're on the Fast Draft Discord, people will go in there and just say, I need 2 more for Flex 6. And you can get a notification on your phone and just jump right in and like be drafting right away. So, but enough commercials. Thank you guys for listening to all that. Do you want to talk about some waivers?
I think most people's needs this week are going to the quarterback position, obviously. They have lost some quarterbacks. And I hate to admit this, but I have put a waiver in for Daniel Jones.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Danny Dimes.
He looked good.
Dude, he's completing over 70% of his passes right now.
Sometimes it's all a matter of coaching and all that. I'm hoping that's what it is, and I can get a few weeks out of him.
Yeah, and you know, he's even like resurrected Michael Pittman from the dead. Like
Definitely has.
He was pretty much done with Michael Pittman, and he was like, no, Michael, come back. So
he's one I'm targeting. If you need a quarterback and, you know, like there's some shit there, which there probably is, especially in a 2 quarterback league, you're going to have to take some chances on some people. And I think Daniel Jones could be one of those people.
I got a wide receiver. And I also hate to say this because I feel like I'm always talking about the AFC North, which means I'm always talking about teams I hate. But last week I picked up Cedric Tillman from the Browns and started him. This is a guy that has drawn more targets and had more catches than Jerry Jeudy ever since Amari Cooper was traded.
Wow.
Is he the one? He might be.
Wow.
Anyway, this year, he's got 15 targets in 2 games. He has a touchdown in each of those games. I mean, he's just racking up 12 points for both weeks, that's exactly what you want from somebody you pick up on waivers.
Yeah.
We know you're not going to pick somebody up and get 35 points out of them. But if you can throw them in your flex spot or have another flex option, that's a great place to go. So check on Tillman. Last week, he was owned in when I picked him up, he was owned in 9% of leagues. I don't think now he's even at 35. So if Tillman is available in your league and you need a wide receiver, go get him.
Or if you can just stash him on your bench and drop somebody you don't like or that's not performing like you'd hope that you got in those later rounds. Jaden Reed, maybe. Take him.
And keep in mind, Tillman is doing this while Judy is still catching passes,
right,
and Njoku's catching passes, and Harold Fannin now is catching passes. And Tillman is still having good games that he started doing last year. So he's the real deal.
Well, my next one is here we go again. The top two quarterbacks, I guess, right now, they are Russell Wilson. He's surely available in many leagues. Many leagues. He will give you 8 or 9 games of fool's gold. Great quarterback play a year. I'm not taking him, though. Not just he's not somebody that I would much rather go after Daniel Jones, Mac Jones, Jake Browning, any of them. I'm not taking Russell Wilson. But he is definitely available for you people that have lost a quarterback this week.
I think we're both endorsing Mac Jones, are we not?
Yeah, he's written down on my list. He's my next one. Why
wouldn't
you take him, though?
No, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
But Russell Wilson. That's my next one.
I was gonna.
They're playing the Chiefs next week, though. They're playing the Chiefs next week, and that might be a tough test for him.
Who?
The Giants are playing the Chiefs. Yeah.
The Chiefs aren't. Their defense isn't as locked down as it was last year. But I also think that's because they're not controlling the clock as well. I don't know what's going on with Pacheco. They're just not giving him the ball. I mean,
pissing me off.
They give him 4 or 5 carries and then go away from him and put, Kareem Hunt in a wheelchair out there. I don't.
They ain't doing crap either.
I don't understand that.
That team looks like shit, and it makes me really happy, honestly.
It's an anti-Chiefs show, apparently.
That's how I was raised.
I hate them.
I hate them.
Well, I mean, I'm a Bengals fan. They talk
of course
all the time. I was gonna mention Romeo Doubs, but I kind of threw that in earlier when we were talking about Jaden. But again, Romeo Doubs is available in a lot of leagues. He's not low rostered, but it's right around that 60% mark.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the chances are, if you're in 10 leagues, he's probably available in 6 of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he runs the most routes of anybody on the Packers. So there's a chance at volume there. And with Reed out, I think that kind of makes him Jaden Reed's Jordan Love's de facto go-to guy, the guy he trusts the most out there. But since I already mentioned Doubs, I will now mention someone from your backyard. It is so nice to see Troy Franklin and Bo Nix coming together again.
I love it.
They made magic in college. I had Franklin ranked very high on my wide receiver list, so I was very disappointed last year when he didn't get as much usage as I expected him to. But Troy Franklin easily, and I'm talking easily, leads the Broncos in catches and yards over everybody.
Yep.
And by everybody, I'm talking about Sutton. You know what I mean? So Franklin is out there in a ton of leagues.
Yes,
he's going to be a heavy waiver request this week because he's looked really, really good. He had 9 for 89 and a touchdown. The people were talking about, there's really the wide receiver 2 spot is kind of up for grabs, because, Mims is like 4 foot tall. But actually, I'll take it one step further, man. Cortland Sutton's not getting any younger, I think that the chemistry that Nix and Franklin developed in college can carry over to the NFL now that he's on the field more. So, and that's a good thing, man. When you give a quarterback his favorite target, like for years, I mean,
things will happen.
Look at Burrow and Chase.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why we have Jamar Chase, is because Joe Burrow was like, dude, I've been playing with him forever. I have to have him. So there's Franklin. He's my second. You want to go for your third?
It is Mac Jones. Because everybody needs a quarterback. And they do play Arizona next week, which I think they can beat them. That's a good rivalry.
Yeah. And they're at home, I believe. I think it's in San Francisco.
Sure.
I believe it is.
I can look. But again, when you lose this many quarterbacks in a week, everybody's rushing to the waiver wire to get quarterbacks. You're not the only one that lost a quarterback probably in your league. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to decide which one you're going to take. And I think Mac Jones could actually be the best one to be picking up out there right now.
Who'd have thought we'd be saying that like a couple years ago?
Not me. A couple weeks ago, we wouldn't even have been saying that.
Yeah, I mean, well, we thought we wouldn't say it last year, and then he was throwing bombs to Brian Thomas Jr., and Trevor Lawrence can't seem to find him.
Yeah, he's in San Francisco.
Yeah. So I think the cautionary tale here is if you think Mac Jones is going to go out and throw 3 touchdowns every time, he's not.
No.
But I think he's going to be a very, very serviceable starting quarterback in fantasy. He's still got, even with like Kittle hurt and Ayuk out and a couple guys banged up, that's still, a pretty weapons heavy team.
Yes.
First of all, you got McCaffrey.
Obviously.
Who's like your
catches the ball better than anybody's too.
Yeah, and the backup tight end, Tongas, is not even that great. He's not even really a pass catcher. He's more of a blocker. And Mac Jones found him immediately. I think it was his first touchdown of the day. So, I mean, there you have it. But yeah, I'm with Mac Jones, and I want to take this opportunity to mention a couple other guys that could play. Jaden Daniels has a sprained knee and is day to day. His backup is Marcus Mariota.
No thanks.
Don't touch Marcus Mariota.
No.
Trust me on this one. The only Oregon quarterback you want is in Mile High City.
Damn right.
There were a couple there. I know there was more than one. I was gonna mention Wentz, and I sort of did earlier.
Yeah.
It's a lottery.
Don't
ticket.
touch him.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going.
I'd be
to
worried
go
about
after
an
him.
injury from him, honestly, because he hasn't played so long that I wouldn't even want to risk that.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe if Addison wasn't suspended right now for one more game, maybe I'd be more intrigued by Wentz with the full complement of weapons. But because the weapons are great there, you know what I mean? But also without Aaron Jones, that hurts a little bit too. From a pass catching standpoint.
Right.
Aaron Jones catches a lot of balls.
Yep.
I want to say there was at least one or two other guys that I noticed, like somebody was banged up. I know we talked about Tyrod. I'm not interested.
No.
Yeah, that's probably it. I think I mentioned them as we went through. But what do you got? You got anything else, Roxanne?
Got nothing else.
We're up against it, so I think we should let these good people go and put their waiver claims in.
Be smart.
Be smart. Don't drop somebody if you drafted him because you wanted to draft him in the 6th round.
Yep.
Don't start dropping guys for no reason.
It'll happen. It's week 2. Don't panic yet.
Yeah, panic is a hell of a drug.
Sure is. Good night, Tom Brady.
Good night, Amber Heard. Don't make a mess before I get home.